aparanta kappika, at which going to come as kappa as a eon. So he says there are 40 grounds on which this exists. Okay. So let's look at very carefully, understand each one of them. So the first one is Sanyavada. That is Santi Bhikkhave Eke Samana Brahmana Uddhammaga Gahattat Gahattantika Sannivada Uddhama Gahatam Sannim Attanam Panyapeti Sola Sahi Vattuhi. So Sannivada. Sanni means perception. Vada means doctrine. Buddha is up. Uddhamagata means one who is percipient after death. Okay. So he thinks or he knows that it's Atta. I am a person. So I existed because I came out of the body, just like I had an outer body experience. So when I have an outer body experience, if somebody were to ask me, Vilas, did you exist? I say, yes. Why not? What's wrong in that? So there's nothing wrong, honestly speaking, because I already have an experience of outer body. If I didn't exist, then whose out of the body was it? Right? So you can't say that there is no person. That's a sanni. That's a perception. Absolutely fine. That's one of the view. Okay. Any person who has an outer body experience will get into this. When he comes back to the body, he knows he existed, he left, and he came back. Okay. So it would be too rude to say that there's nothing like that. So what he says is like in my case, when I had that outer body experience, there was no body pain. There were no diseases. There was nothing at all. That's the truth. As far as I can see. Now, when you come out of the body, where's the body? There's no body. So there's no body means there's no pain. Even in the Goenka technique, when you get into the Kalapas, there's no body. There's no disease. There's no pain. There's nothing you're going to experience. So he says, Sannim Attanam Panyapeti Sola Sahi Vattuhi. There are 16 of them, and they are Rupi, Atta Hoti, Arogo, Param Marana, Sanniti, Nam Panyapeti. So, I feel that this body is filled with diseases. Like, somebody is having cancer. If somebody is having cancer, it's in the body, it's torturing him or her. So she wants or he wants death. Can't take the pain. It's horrible. I want to end it. It's too much. And then he ends. And while he has ended, is percipient of that ending. And when he's percipient of that ending, he knows there was no roga, there was no cancer. Isn't it or true? Isn't it true or false? It is. It's true. Because the cancer was in the body. He was relieved of that pain. Yes, he had to die, but yet worth it. Why? Because I don't have to suffer again. So I don't have to suffer. That's the basic aim. So cut the suffering. Anything wrong? Nothing is wrong. Absolutely fair. This is the first one we get into. Rupi atta hoti arogo param marana sanniti nam panyapeti. So he goes to the Rupa, Jhana, Arupi, formless. Rupi cha Arupi cha atta hoti. So I can be in Rupi, I can be in Arupi as well. Neva Rupi na Arupi. Neither this nor that, just like Neva Sanya na Sanyayatana. Something like that. Antava, Anantava, both Antava and Anantava. Nevantava na Anantava. Ekatta Sanni, Nanatta Sanni, Paritta Sanni, Appamana Sanni, Ekanta Sukhi, Ekanta Dukhi, Sukha Dukhi, Adukkama Asukhi. Let's go one by one. In this English translation, no explanation has been given. You have to rely on your personal experience here. You can't rely on bookish information there because it doesn't exist there. You have seen it. But it's so deep. So let's take one case and see how you would experience. Okay. Now, the Atta, not the Vaikhanda Atta, we are talking about the Atta as in Nama and Rupa with Vinyana. That Atta we are talking about. Okay. That has Mana, which will go at Arhat. So we are talking about that. Don't get confused about the Atta Bhava as in Sotapatti Phala. Because everywhere there is Atta. Then the question comes, but Buddha says there is Anatta. So if for those people who still think there is no Atta, there is in Dhammapada where it says Atta hi Atta no nato. Koi nato parosiya. You are your own master. So the Atta and Anatta has to be properly understood. Atta means something you can do. Anatta means something which you can't do. Meaning you can't control the Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana as you like. Only when the condition is ripe, it works. If the condition is not there, it will not work. Doesn't matter what you believe or what you don't believe. It doesn't matter. And hence it is Anatta. Nothing to do with Atma. It's just Anatta. You don't have control. And you can't be certain of anything in life. Nothing you can be certain. Few days ago, a lot of threatening emails had come to a lot of airlines in India. So they diverted the flights and they did this and that, and so many different things has happened. Let's say that was a flight where I was to go to US. And then what happens? It will not go to US. It will land in Mumbai from Bangalore. Simple. And you will be sent back home. they'll refund the money. It's not certain. So I feeling I will meet Aryu is dependent on the condition. The condition matches, it works. The condition doesn't match, it doesn't work. No matter what I think, I can only wish that it works. Okay. So everybody comes to an opinion. If God wills, why? Because you have no control. That's anatta, what we are talking about. Don't get confused on the terms of atta and anatta, because atta and anatta is used in various contexts. It's just not you make it atta and then copy paste it saying that it is no soul. It looks ridiculous. Okay. We're not talking about that. All religions believe in God because for the greatest reason that nothing is in your control. Simple. They don't know the conditionality. The Buddha teaching is conditionality. If the condition comes, it works. If the condition is not there, it doesn't work. No matter what you believe or you don't believe, has got nothing to do with it. You bring a particular condition in the nature, it will work. It is not angry with you or it is not happy with you. It just does if the condition is there. Another example. After 2016, there was no need for me to fly anywhere because I was in the tourism industry. Yeah, I could have gone to US as a tourist if we were to do something there, but no need came. Even though I was following Dhamma, I was not giving any desana or discourses in 2016. What I used to do is to take people from Bangalore to Himalayan region to show them monasteries, go and meditate, while I explain to them those colorful things, what it is. That's all I was doing. So, if I were to apply for the visa, then I could have done, but the condition never arose. It's not that I couldn't do it. I could have, but there was no necessity to do so. So I didn't do it. Okay, I could have done in 2018 when I started doing the desana. But then I never knew that I'm going to meet Aryu. Because Aryu is in US, nobody else is in the US. So there was no need. So it's not I couldn't fly, I couldn't visit US. It's not that I have to visit US, it's conditioned. So now, Aryu wanted to meet. So you have to apply for the visa. And you applied, you got it. Does that promise you that you're going to meet Aryu? No. And by the time I reach and meet Aryu might lose his interest also. I don't know. I land in US and he says, hey Vilas, you know what? You teach me what all you want to do and then you do whatever you want. I can't say, hey idiot, you know what? I came all the way for you. No. So atta means you have control over everything. Anatta means don't have any control. If anybody asks what is a sutta reference, it's Anatta Lakkana Sutta or Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vinyana, which includes everything. The Rupa as in all the Rupa. Vedana as in Salayatana, Sanya as in Salayatana, Sankhara as in Salayatana, Vijnana as in Salayatana. Okay? 6 senses. So you can't control the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind to exactly do what you want to do. But you don't have to react to it. That's in your control. But what eyes are going to see, you might like it, you might not like it. The ear, what it can hear, you might like it, might not like it. Like that. So now we come to the body. The body has diseases. Buddha says there are 49 diseases in Girimananda Sutta. 49. Now nobody can do anything about it. You have. It manifests whenever the right environment comes. Like now, the case of Ariu, he is taking up a lot of tissue paper and cleaning up his nose. Nothing he can do. He can find a solution to it, but he can't stop the thing coming from his nose. So is there an atta there? The answer is no. And hence it's anatta. Nothing to do with myself, yourself, this self, or that, whatever it is. You can't do anything. And hence it's no self, even if you were to take it as no self. So be very careful when you deal with atta and anatta. This atta, what is talking, is something which is transmigrating from one to another. In the samsara, in English, transmigration, in Pali, samsara. So they have sanya perception. They symbolize. Everyone symbolizes. There's a symbolism that once I am out of this body, there is no pain to be got. So he says, Rupam atta hoti arogo param marana sanniti nam panyapenti. So I have a wisdom. Panyapenti means I have a wisdom. There is a wisdom that once I leave this body, this rupee, there is no longer any disease. Aroga. There is no roga. Roga as in disease. Same thing with Arupi. I've done a lot of meditative attainments. Now I can go to Arupi and I can do both. Rupi, Arupi. To stop from getting different kind of feelings, I can do neither Rupi nor Arupi. Neva Rupi na Arupi. I can do that. And I can see its ending, finite, or it is infinite. Now I see both finite and infinite, and neither finite nor infinite because of the attainment what I'm getting. I'm seeing ending because I don't see the pain. And I see non-establishment and hence ananta. I don't see any pain coming back at all. And it looks like both finite and infinite, and neither finite nor infinite. That means we can't really determine when I can get it or when I can't get it. So that's the basic tenet with which this view comes into existence. There's nothing wrong with the view. Basically, it means I live forever without pain. But I am going to stay. So in India, during that time, after the Buddha, one school of thought came into existence, which became very famous after non-dual Advaita came Visishta Advaita, qualified non-dualistic. What is this qualified non-dualistic? It means everything is non-dual, but then there are causes and conditions which makes it non-dual. Otherwise, it is dual. How? I exist, and so the consciousness. I can't separate myself from the conscious experience. And hence it is dual, isn't it or not? When I say my name, I'm experiencing myself as Vilas. Can I remove Vilas from the conscious experience? And the answer is no. Because if I get fever, who got fever? I got fever. Can I cut out the fever from myself? And the answer is no. Because the experience says so that I am having fever and I don't want fever. Simple. I don't like mosquito to bite, so I put a mosquito net. So wherever in meditation, in Thai or in any countries, when they put a mosquito net, they should ask this question: why are you putting the net? Why are you so scared? When you don't exist, which one the mosquito is biting? It's always dual. Okay? Buddha also talks about this. Dveda, dual. Always two, not one. So, after Advaita, non-dual, came Visishta Advaita, which means qualified non-dualistic. It is dual, however, if there are conditions which makes it non-dual, then it becomes non-dual. Otherwise, it remains as dual. So, neva sanya na sanya ayatana is dualistic. Okay, because you exist. You are in trance. And hence you exist. When it dies down, you establish again. Till it is not, it looks non-dual. Okay. And after non-dualistic, and then qualified non-dualistic came dualistic, which remained in India the last 700 or 800 years now. That world is real and it is dual. So this one, what is being experienced as 16 of them are dualistic. So you are going to experience all of that because you exist. So you can have both infinite and finite. And then Nevantava, Nanantava, Ekatta Sanni is a beautiful one. It's there in Mula Pariyaya Sutta. Nanatta Sanni, Ekatta Sanni. What does it mean? Ekatta, unified. No thing called as eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. It's just Ekatta. So Buddha explains Ekatta means there's one sutta where he says about ekatta nanatta. I think in Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, if you read, you will get that, those two terms. Ekatta means not having to do with any of the senses. Nanatta sanni means experiencing through the six senses. Okay. So now when this happens, the atta means the living being by its parmis, by its effort, gets into an ekatta, unified, where it doesn't attach to any senses or sense perceptions. It finds peace. Is ekatta sanni. Now when the ekatta sanni happens, it goes through arupa jhanas. Four. And nanatta sanni is when there is no arupa jhana, but rupa jhana. Paritta, restricted. Sanni is restricted to the plane of existence where you are in. At present, we are in the plane of existence of human. So a perceivable reality is only to the human. You can't understand the animal side of things. You can see the animal, but you can't understand their side of things, their perception. Okay. Appamatta sanni is appamana. No pramana, no measurement. Appamana. Pamana means measurement. Appamana, no measurement. It's immeasurable, limitless. So this atta is having that experience of no limit to its experience. Ekanta sukha, eka-anta sukha, beautiful one. Ekanta means you are yourself, not gone anywhere. Like I was talking to Bobby and Janak yesterday, and also Ashwin was there. So when I sit in the flight, but when I sit in this room, so sitting at Ariu home, I don't create Ariu at all, nor I create the flight, nor I create San Francisco. And then what happens? It becomes ekanta sukha. Why? Because it is peaceful. This is peaceful, this is excellent. Yadidam sabba sankhara samato. That has happened. Ekanta dukkhi. When I can't establish that, it's ekanta dukkhi. I'm with myself. I am not able to establish it. Sukha dukkhi. I'm experiencing sukha, I'm experiencing dukkha, both at the same time. And then experiencing neither sukha nor dukkha, which is upekha. So then you get into an understanding. It's me who has survived all of this. At the time of death, I have seen it all. I exist. The Buddha says, Imehi kote bhikkhave samana brahmana buddham agahantika sanya vida dhama gahatam gahatanam tannim attanam panyapeti sola sahi vattuhi Yehi kechi bhikkave samanava brahmanava uddhama gama gha angtika sannivada uddhama gahatanam sannim attanam panyapeti sabbete imehi heva tola sahi vattuhi ete samva anyattarena natti ito bahidda. Other than this, there is no other way of explaining. Other than the 16. So these are the grounds through which their own experience, they get into that the self survives. Got it? There's nothing to say wrong to it. That's how it is. That's the view. How did they get? They got it through their due to their experience. They did what they did, and they got that experience that I am existing after this, because it is I who is going into Arupa Jhana. It is I who is getting into the Rupa Jhana. Isn't it or not? Yes, Bobby.
So this particular view, it says that you are they're saying that the self is free of disease and percipient after death, and then it comes to each view is what you're saying. So in that, many views are like suffering and dukkha, everything. So it is say free of disease, and then why there is, because even in all this aruba and all, disease means is that the bodily.
That is gone. That is gone, but you are not able to establish it in a way at the time of death. Since you have perceived death, that's what it says. Some people can see the death coming. They can say, 5 days from today, I will die. I'm leaving this body. They get into each one of that, what is mentioned there. That's
Why they say that it is still in one of the things, it's nothing but suffering.
Now, that's what I'm telling you. The English translation.
Now you said even Pali ega eganta.
It is ekanta. Ekanta means
ekanta.
It's
Ekanta
not.
means alone.
Huh?
Alone. Is it alone? Ekanta.
Ekanta is not alone. First we have to understand. Are you becoming ekanta? And yes, you are becoming ekanta. You live within yourself. You don't allow the senses go around sense objects. So that's ekanta. And when you are in ekanta, you get into jhana. But in this case, this person cannot get into jhana. So this ekanta dukkha and experience sukha dukkha both. And neither sukha nor dukkha. Adukkama sukha, that means upekha. So now first we need to understand what is this bodily, what is this mental. That's the most important. Body sensation means what? The consciousness which is in the body, established in the body, undergoes pain or undergoes pleasure. Out of 6 senses, 6 vinyana. We spoke about this, spoken about it many times. Yesterday again in the Hindi class, I was talking about 6 vinyana. There's not one single vinyana. 6 vinyana. What Buddha is saying is disease is not there, meaning at the time of death, when the person comes out of the body, all the 6 vinyana is one vinyana as vinyana, and then there is no experience of any kind of diseases. So he can withdraw even while living. Classic example, Ramana Maharshi. They used to come and cut his throat, take out the pus or whatever was there. Same thing with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to get injection and all that without having, there is nothing like you put an anesthesia to that person. There's no anesthesia requirement. He will cut out the consciousness from that part of the body. So he became aroga. And then all of these 16 types are there. Okay, first way to understand, you can become aroga. It means you can cut out the body consciousness from experiencing any kind of discomfort. That's an achievement, by the way, because you can drop off that consciousness from that part of the body. So there's nothing, nothing felt. Just like how do the anesthesia work? It cuts off the consciousness in that particular part of the body. So the doctor can now cut it open without any conscious experience. Is there a roga there? No, because roga is felt only if there is conscious experience. If there is no consciousness, nothing to experience. They know the art of cutting out the consciousness in the body. And there are people who have done so. Many people have done it. Like in the case of Jesus, he cut out the pain in the body. So we are seeing he's been nailed, but not feeling anything. It's a very clear thing. He can do it. We are able to see he's in pain. But in his face, you see any pain? No pain. Because he could cut off the pain. He could cut off the conscious experience. And all of this will happen. Ekata sanni, ekanta, that is ekata nanata paritta apamana. Now you get ekanta sukha. You are within yourself. You're having a bliss. And the second one is you don't get it, even though you are in ekanta. These are 16 grounds, Bobby, on which it works. Yes, Ashwin.
Is this the feeling at the time of death for the common
Yes,
person,
so
or it's only for the 16 types for the meditators or something?
it is also for meditator, but here the atta comes when tupi atta hoti arogo param marana sanni iti nam panyapeti. Param marana, at the time of death, they established in the rupi, they established in the arupi, established in rupi cha rupi, neva rupi na rupi. Okay, then antava, anantava, antava cha anantava, neva anta na ananta. That.
Means as per the, if the person is very generic, he can be only at rupee level at the time of thought process.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
if it is a good meditator or something, he can go ananta or whatever the.
Absolutely. See, that's what we are doing now, right? Ashwin, the practice what you are doing of getting into jhana, making the consciousness, remember it. At the time of death, it will exactly do the same.
So, Miss, this is like at the time of death, how to, what type of consciousness comes in mind, and how to improve our consciousness at the time of death. 16 ways.
There are 16 ways.
Okay.
16 ways, as indicated there. It's a very nice experience. Meaning you have to keep on doing it like it happened with me in an NDE, near death experience. It throws you out of the body. But if you're not in that state, it will land wherever. But these people have worked out. They know how to enter. And they then see there is an atta. Okay. Why? Because they can see it. That they were experiencing this, now they are experiencing that. So the Atta comes into existence. Any questions? Yes, Veena.
Everyone goes through on death experience means which loka they are going to. They will analyze during their deathbed. They can see, isn't it, sir?
Yes, every human being, every animal, every being can see where it is landing, but it can't do anything.
Uh,
That's a problem. One another thing, since you asked me this, every living being, whether it is dying from accident, dying from whatever, in that dying moment, it sees its complete current life from the beginning.
Mm.
And wherever it stops, the consciousness takes that. Because that's the Nama and Rupa, starting point from there. Okay.
so only we have to practice like how we have to be in dead bedtime. That we have to practice now from now only, so that we can remember the same thing.
Yes. If we don't do that, you will get whatever it is going to get. Because it's uncertain. You can't be certain that this is going to come. Just like you can't tell when the death is going to come. In the same way, you can't say what is going to come during death. It can be anyone. I'm telling you, at the dying moment, they will see their current life like a wheel going around, and just you'll see the entire thing. So his eyes is fixed like this. Atta and Anatta both exist. What does that mean?
Sir, in Vipassana, we should practice for Anatta, no? So
No, that is
Atta
what
we have
I'm
to
saying,
remember.
Pallavi. The Vipassana, what you are doing, has got nothing to do with what Buddha is talking. Anatta is the lakhana of it. That means that is a characteristics that you don't have any control over anything. That's what I'm telling you right now. Okay? But the Atta, what is spoken here by the Buddha, is the deepest one, which is Nama Rupa, when it started. Okay. So don't confuse yourself with the Vipassana Anatta, what you are doing in Goenka technique to be this. They have
Okay,
nothing
sir.
to do with it. While unfortunately the word is the same, it's Anatta only. And hence they made it Anatma. There's nothing to be Atma or Anatma about it. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, are you finished with the question?
I think so. If
Oh,
she
okay.
doesn't ask
Okay.
again, yes.
Finished.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. So I was thinking this wheel of life you were talking, like it goes through the life. Does it always go from the beginning to the end like that? So what if like a person was very bad in his former life and then he changed in a way? But then if it goes from the back forward, then it can get stuck somewhere in the earlier.
Understand the Sutta, one Sutta, MN 136. Instead of Chula Kamma Vipaka Sutta, get Maha Kamma Vipaka Sutta, where Buddha produces 4 conditions. One, ascetic have seen bad things give bad result. Another ascetic sees good deeds, good result. But another ascetic has seen good result giving bad outcome and bad results giving good outcome. Bad deeds giving good outcome. So those two ascetics will say there is no need to do good or bad because it is coming out of random. You can't promise that if you're doing good, you will get good. You're doing bad, you're going to get bad. That's exactly what you're asking. Yes.
Yeah, I think in that it says the ditthi you're taking at the death moment is most important, let's say. But why does it have to go from the beginning to the end if that is the most important?
Harry, if you sit silently for a moment without disturbing yourself, you will be seeing the entire life again and again and again as we speak now. But we are distracted. So the impressions are not being shown. Only when at death, when the six senses have no energy left, so they are left to die. Okay? So the consciousness is going to depart from there. So what happens? It plays the video from the beginning. And whichever is strong there, it will establish. And that is the deepest anatta, so to say, because that is the nama and rupa for the next life. Avidya Pachay Sankhar. So that's a Sankhar, that wheel, picture, going, picks up the file. Avidya Pachay Sankhar. That's a Sankhar. Sankhar Pachay Vinyana. Now the conscious has taken it over. Vinyana Pachay Namarupa. Now the Namarupa is the byproduct of this Vinyana. Wherever that movie stopped. Namarupa Pachay Salaitana. Now you get a new sense, sixth sense door. Salaitana Pachay Phassa. There's a contact. Phassa Pachay Vedana. There's a feeling. Vedana Pachay Tanha. Tanha Pachay Upadana. Now where it is flowing then? Vinyana is that one which flows. What is flowing? It's flowing the impressions again. Isn't it or not? One person is very good. Tomorrow he is very bad. Why? Because those impressions have come. Nothing he can do about it. Let's say a person has killed someone. He's driving on the road. Like in the case of Bobby, who is Australia, they have kangaroos. And they suddenly come on the road. And they put a brake. That person going alone. But unfortunately, the kangaroo entered in his car, puncturing his heart, and he died instantaneously. 25, 26-year-old. You can put the blame on kangaroo. Oh, kangaroo came, so that's the reason we need to put fence around the roads and blah, blah, blah. But why he died? So young. Because of Panatipata. So what happened? His life has to be cut. When the right time comes, meaning when the condition is right, it cuts life. At the dying moment, what does he see? He says, he killing something. And that's where it stops. For a Puttujana, it's absolutely like that. For an Arya, you already practiced so much, you can now say what will come. That's the only difference. So you're making conditions which are better. A normal person doesn't know a good condition is going to come or a bad condition is going to come. He can't say. He believes that he's going to die good. That's all. It's just a belief. A dying moment, anything can come. Yes, Aryu.
Yeah, I guess my general curiosity about the model, like the scenario you were describing, is that because it played from the beginning, you seem to put more emphasis on the beginning, right? Because it's
No. It's not about no more emphasis, less emphasis. It starts from the beginning, from entering into the womb. Okay, that is when you know how did you enter into the womb. Yep. It starts from the beginning. Doesn't mean that it will stop for some time and then you have to see and something. Just place. And wherever it stops, it takes that as an input. It takes till the dying moment. Okay, it's the dying moment when the ear sense door is going to close. The eye sense door is closed, so that's the reason they say eyes are dilated. You see like this, there's no expression any longer in the eyes. He can't smell, he can't taste. So if they put water, whole water is coming out. Body, warmth is there in one place, warmth is not there in other place. So you can see the consciousness is departing. Last to go is the mind sense door and the ear. Okay, hold on before you ask question. Now in these two sense doors, the mind sense door is very active. On the mind sense door, this video gets played. So what chance he has to change it? Just like you're seeing dream, can you change anything in the dream? Same. It's like a dream. You had just had a bad dream. Unfortunately, that bad dream is a new existence. That's it. Like in the bad dream, car got smashed and I died. I just woke up profusely sweating. I say, oh man, what a dream I had. But here, it's real. So that exists.
yeah. So it's kind of the first time I'm hearing this sense doors process of being closed one at a time. But this person, let's say he get out of the body. Again, he can see, which means the eye sense door would be there even if he come out of the body.
Gandhapa is going to be there, Aryu. That is not going to do. But what I'm saying is a new experience starts with the sankhara, avidya pachya sankhara. Because that's a sankhara, what he just now made. So it starts from there.
Mhm. So like you were saying, when he's leaving, the sense door will close. As soon as he leaves, it'll have new eyes and ears already, like right at that time. It's a new condition has been matched.
Exactly. The new condition has been matched. So he'll start seeing new things. Isn't it true? He'll start hear new things. Isn't it true? He'll start to smell new things. Isn't it true?
So let's say someone got hit by a truck and just obliterated, or lightning strike. So fast, he leaves the body immediately, ejected out.
We are seeing it immediate, but no, even then this cycle will continue. It will show.
Okay. And
Even-
only when it stops,
Yeah,
he
Buddha
gets
says,
it out.
even if an ubasara, meaning lightning were to strike, it will see all before it closes.
I guess the mind is so fast, so you cannot put a time on it. So
Exactly.
even if the person is like smashed, still there's, you can see.
Because the mind sense door has no death as such. So it gets. So what are we doing, Aryu? We are changing our mentality. By doing what we are doing today, we're changing our mentality. And that will be the impression. So at the dying moment, you're comfortable. Why? Because you already made sure the mind doesn't stop at the niraya. Yep.
So let's say this person is destined, let's say his new movie stops at Niraya. It's an Upapatika. So he immediately goes there.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no guarantee. So we think usually the people will hang around for 7 days and all that. In case it's a human Baba and all that, they may be true. But in the
Only
Upapati
applicable in human and animal, but other than human and animal, there is no way the person waits. It just
he just
lands there.
Because there,
If it is niraya, it's immediate, instantaneous. If it is peta, it's instantaneous. Okay. If it is asura, it's instantaneous. All are upapattika. If it is animal, it has to wait for the right condition, and hence paraloka. If it is a human, it has to wait. Womb existence is like putting a seed in a pot. Wait for the right condition to germinate. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. And from the 6th realm till the 31st realm is instantaneous. So what happens at you? Since we have seen only womb existence, either in the animal or in human, and in the birds and insects we have seen coming through egg. So we then make an assessment, sanya or sanni, that there is no upapattika. But we can't see a single being who has come without a womb. So in the Hindu scriptures, only Shiva is upapattika, swayambhu. That's all we can see. I mean, that's again a belief. We have not seen Shiva coming out of from nowhere. Right? Yes.
yeah, I guess a slightly related question is that like a human baba is 80,000 years, right? But we each live 80 years. But if you do the calculation, and let's say average human live 1,000 times, but it does not mean that, I'm most likely going to be a human because all the other karma can be very strong.
No,
as
if
well.
you have a human bhava, you can't be cut out from the bhava and made into an animal or something. Even a deva can't happen. You have to cut out the bhava right here. That's the reason Buddha teaching is to cut the bhava. So there's no jati. So if you can cut your human bhava here and ensure you land in anagami existence, it becomes upapattika, instantaneous. You die here and you are in anagami realm. No need to wait for 1,000 births to get into anagami.
Yeah, anagami I can understand, but yeah, let me finish. Maybe next one you can go. So
You carry on.
okay, I was thinking because let's say some people indulge like animal, right? They live like animal. Like so when we look at this kind of person, we say, oh, he's almost becoming an animal,
You're destined to be an animal.
destined to become an animal. But let's say his baba still have, let's say,
He'll
1,000 years
continue
left.
doing that. He'll continue doing whatever he's doing.
Oh, so it doesn't mean this person next direct life he become animal. It just take the mentality become a human in that mentality.
Exactly. Now let's forget that. You take a person who is acting like a deva. He's perfectly acting like a deva. He doesn't have any attachment to anything in this worldly thing, and he keeps on giving, he keeps on talking well and doing anything. And he is acting like a deva.
But it doesn't mean the next life he
Doesn't
become a
mean
deva.
that. So first you have to create a condition. So Buddha says for everything you have to create a condition. You just can't rely on judgment that because I'm doing this, I will get into the next life as a deva. Like, I am praying to one deva. Deva, please ensure that you make me come near your place. No, sorry, wrong number. Because if your bhava doesn't allow you, how will you get into birth? How will you get into birth? There's no way. So you have to cut the bhava. That's exactly what he's saying. Cut the bhava. You'll not get jati.
that last related question. So, like, let's say on average, every human lived for 80 years, and then so average is 1,000 human lives. So, can we say now if I pick 1,000 people, like on average, only one of them has the Baba ending? Because let's say in
That's exactly the knowledge you get. Chuti papata jnana means where this person is ending and where he is established.
okay. So I guess I'm saying so majority of people we see, because 80,000 years way more than 80 years, that means majority of people we still see as human, they will continue as human.
May
Like,
continue as human. May
unless the Baba get cut, which is a rare condition.
need not be rare. We don't know.
Yeah, that's the
See,
question.
you can see the person doing a certain thing again and again and again and again, which clearly shows that he's going towards that. Whether he goes now or later, to be seen. Now he kills his mother. Why it is called Anantariya Papakamma? Because it cuts the bhava. He was not supposed to get that, but he did it. He kills
But
his
those
father.
those 5 things are not the only condition where the Baba gets cut, right?
No, they need not. But this you can see. That's the reason he says Anantariya Papakamma. It means it waits. It was supposed to wait. Meaning, let's say I raped 5 women. That doesn't mean that I'll be born in animal tomorrow. But I'll have a lot of enemies. And I won't even know why I have so much enemies in my life. Or other way around. I don't even have a single friend.
And I'm stuck in such a downward spiral.
Exactly. See, there are people.
There's almost no chance.
There are people today, as we speak. You have seen one person to whom you are helping. There's nobody to help him. Isn't it all true or not? Can't you not see it? Why? Nobody's helping him. You are asking him, go and ask your parents, go and ask your friends, go and ask somebody. But why nobody's coming to help him? So, what he would have done in the past, even though he's continued with human power, is not gaining anything out of it. On top of that, he's born in America. Let's say he has everything, car, is this, that, but everything is gone. It doesn't matter whether he is in America or in India or in Africa or wherever. It doesn't matter. Can't you not see it, Ariel? So, the bhava ending or not ending, still you can see where is he going or not.
Yeah, it's surprising because I mean, even with good power me, he was able to get in contact with me and you and all these Dhamma and all that. But still, the Baba has such a strong momentum. It takes over at a certain point.
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
A person who was with us all the time separates, and he's in such a pain, such a misery. So, can you really rely on anything in that sense? It's so dangerous. And we are able to see his suffering. He himself is writing, saying that how much is he suffering. And we know him. And he is in our group. But nothing you can do. Nothing I can do. So he's suffering. Where can he transfer? To which account? No one. And on top of that, no one is there for him. It's even more worse pain to have. Correct?
Yeah, and as part of taking this pain, like a person resort to, things he normally wouldn't resort to, which means more bad karma is being taken.
Exactly.
And he's exhausting all the good karma and ended up with a huge debt.
So the only thing you could do from your side is to cut the debt for him and wish that the next life it becomes all right for him. Because the more the debt he takes from you, the more downward spiral he goes. It's not that we shouldn't help him. We should help him. Absolutely fair. But what will you help? Nothing. So, you can see his destiny. Yes or no? Does it really matter he goes down or not? Doesn't matter. Now or later. But isn't it true that the downward spiral can be seen? And you can see, unless the paramis are there, which comes back, which should come back, is what we can wish for. And then the spiral is stopped. So at the dying moment, what is going to come? In the living moment itself, we are not able to make out. Can you now say what comes in the dying moment? So how much we are to work out? That's the question. We can't rely on anyone or anything. And that's the reason Ari was telling you that stop his fuel. Yeah, we have to help. I feel very much for him, but nothing that we can do, except for wishing him that let his paramis come back. Yeah, Bobby, you had put your hand up. Okay, no questions. So these are the 16. So I think we have to end it here only. There's too much of information. Yes, Bobby.
See, you are saying that when somebody is having a dream of like a car crashing and all these things, he might be and he wake up suddenly, and at that moment, if he dies, he might go into a lower destination, or going down or something because of. So, is that means that Sutapanna or somebody who is entered that he will never have that type of dream, or if the dream comes, he will not react
Good
even
question.
at the time of sleeping?
Good question. Number one, he will not have any bad dreams. If you have read on Karaniya Metta Sutta, Buddha says what happens to a person who recites and understands and follows the Karaniya Metta Sutta. He will sleep well, will not have any bad dreams at all. You will not get any bad dreams. Number two, a Sotapanna is one who doesn't break the seal. So there's nothing that will come in the way that when the consciousness were to run the video, then something is going to come from there. Possible. Number three, since the apayas are closed, he might not go into the Deva realm of existence, but he will be in human realm of existence. So that he can see. So that is the answer to that. How do you know? Let's take this example. How do you know? I have never had any bad dream in my so many years. Yes, I get some dreams, some things where I feel shaken up that some spirits or something that is there from my young age, but nothing to do with a bad dream as such. Even let's say a death happens. I drive a car and is met with accident, and there's a death. Then you know where your mind is. Means where are you heading? You know it. So there's no fear. Even Sotapanna doesn't have to fear, or he will not have fear. Yes.
Yeah, if Bobby's done with the question.
No, wait. We will wait for Bobby. He has.
No, so see, I used to get some dreams before, like I didn't studied enough for the exam. I didn't finish study. So I think I noticed that last maybe a few years that is becoming reducing, and even if I study. I have a dream. This is all in the dream that, oh, I have still time to study. It's okay. That type of dream is coming. So it is definitely a progress. But earlier I used to think that, I didn't study at all. But even I didn't have any exam that time. Nothing is there. So sometimes I get a dream that I go to check for some flight or something. So I forgot to take the bag, or those type of things. But nowadays that type of dream is still maybe coming. But I go back and take the bag. I find the bag. So that is a progress. So I was
No.
just relating that. Is it how your mind works?
No. The thing is, like in your case, especially exams and bag and other things, it's an impression which is coming out. Just the impression of the mind, nothing else. The near-death experiences are not impressions. You will see it.
Can somebody die when he was just without knowing, or this can die when he's unconscious, or he's dying when he's
Absolutely
sleepy?
possible. Even if he's unconscious, when he's dying, it runs on his mind. Doesn't matter.
You can see it.
Yes, sir. Even
So,
if
for
he's in
example,
coma,
like somebody is given anesthesia, and he has
he
given
dies out of
this.
that. He dies out of coma. He dies from whatever he dies. Doesn't matter.
You can still see it.
See, here is where Abhidhamma comes to help. There are 7 Javana Chittas, and the job of the Javana Chitta is to show what has been done. You don't have a choice except for seeing what is shown on the TV.
So that means, when you develop your awareness, the faculty of awareness, sati, and all this Eightfold Noble Path, it will definitely help you at that time, because you can remain more aware.
It will help you now, and hence it will help you later. Yes, Saryu.
Yeah, I think Bobby's question brought up a very important point, which I did not understand. I think it's not, let's say, in my life, let's say, or someone's life, there's a lot of bad deeds being done in the past. Let's say there's sexual misconduct, right? So this movie is being played. It's not the movie that's so important, but it's your intention, your reaction toward the movie that's important.
Exactly.
So if a sexual scene being played, then immediately the lust takes over, then I take that.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, where you see what happens is, when I say consciousness, it's a chitta. Wherever it lights, life starts. Avidya Pachaya Sankhara is like that. It starts. Let's say, at the dying moment, I am seeing pornography. I want to see, but I'm seeing pornography. Okay? That comes. Don't come, but it comes. What to do? Nothing. It will fade away. Next thing will come. The next thing will come. Next thing will come. Next thing will come. So wherever it stops, that's a fuel. Let's say I get into teaching some scriptural thing that is picked up. So these sankharas are put in the bottom. Are they there in the sankhara? Yes. Each of those movie scenes are sankhara. But which one have been picked up? This one. So what Buddha says, in order to get into Nibbana and also Parinibbana, what you should do? You should Sabba Sankhara Samatho. Should be tranquilized so that no Sankhara comes out. That means at the dying moment, the Chitta doesn't have anything to pick up. Yes.
Doesn't mean it'll still play, but nothing gets picked, or nothing even gets played.
No. It gets played, but nothing gets picked up. It just plays and gone. And that is called as Asava Kaya Jnana. So you have seen the ending of defilement in the Chitta. Yes.
Is it true to say the last movies the Buddha saw was those 1 to 4 jhana and all those jhana? Or
He did all of that, right? It is there in the sutta, in the
Yeah.
Parinibbana Sutta. It is there.
Yes, but is that the last? Okay, so that's the
He
last
knows.
movie that played.
Yes, he knows. So what he was doing with the chitta is to make it establish in each of the jhanas and drop it off. So the light does not pick up anything now. See, let's understand this in a very proper perspective. You have a room, put a light. It picks up everything which is there in the room. It will show up all of that. Now, what you're supposed to do is switch off the light forever. So Vijnana has become Nirodha. That's what he says. Vijnanasya Nirodhena. Nirodha. Doesn't come back again. So suffering ended.
So how Buddha did it through these jhanas does not necessarily means every arhat has to end in the same sequence and all that.
No.
He just somehow decide maybe as a way to show, to teach, and
Why?
or
There are a lot of ascetics or Buddha teaching arhats. One person went in the sky, broke his entire body, which Buddha couldn't do it actually. Buddha could have done that. And he was having backache. He had eaten that pork. He was suffering. He could have done that. So
yeah, but that's what happened to the body, not the chitta, right? I was asking
exactly. So leave it. What we should take it from here is at the dying moment. This is 16 views is on the dying moment, not on the sitting, standing, walking like that. During Marana, this person gets into that I am in this, I am in that. Is a 16 views what can come. Why? Because when the movie is played, he is picking it up. Right? That's what it is. We need to understand in a real, proper perspective. So our practice, whatever we are doing, considering everything, if it doesn't get established at all in the lower realms, even though it is played, it doesn't pick up and hence it's dropped. So the human life is restored as a bhava, or even then, if he is going on a sotapanna route, he will be reborn as a human. Okay. Any questions from Ravindra and Ashwin or any other person? It's becoming like more like I and Aryu and I and Bobby. Bobby is little bit, but it's like I and Aryu. So Aryu, I don't think so. 21 days is insufficient. It is more than sufficient because all our questions are getting answered here.
I think whatever questions Hari is asking, I think it is beneficial to all of us.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
In just not related to this topic, in the Tibetan culture, why they keep the dead bodies 10 days or 15 days,
It's 49 days.
49 days? Why? It's something like that person will come, look and go? Or
No. You have to know the Tibetan bardo. Since I'm from Tibetan tradition, I can explain to you everything about it. Okay. Number one, like in the case of my friend whose son died. Okay. There is a understanding that the body takes 7 into 7, or the soul takes 7 into 7, 49 days to enter into the womb. Okay. So from the time of the death, or from the time the being is gone from the body, the Lama prepares the soul to pick up whatever it should pick up and the apayas. In the Bardo, or the Tibetan book of death, Tibetan Book of Dying. If you have read that book, it is a very nice book. It explains from how each one of these events takes place. So the person takes into the heavenly realm and the hell and this and that. So this Lama will keep on saying to the spirit or to the soul, now you will find this, leave it. Now you find this, leave it. Now you'll find this, leave it. So since the ear sense door is available even without body, you can still do it. So there is a ritual for that. Yep. And when we do that ritual, you can talk to the spirit or to the soul which is moving. So you can make it not take that destiny. You can change the destiny, because just like in that Maha Kamma Vipaka Sutta, where Buddha is able to say at the dying moment, this person got bad deeds and then he went to hell. Same way he got good deeds and he went to heaven. In the same way, if you get a Kalyan Mitra, as in the case of Lama, you can change the path. So instead of falling down, it'll fall somewhere else. Yes.
So just to understand the timeline, this is after this movie is played and it's chosen, and then people will do this and it affects.
Yes, absolutely. That is the experience of Tibetan as in the Vajrayana tradition. So this was first time brought into picture by Padma Sambhava, who is called as Guru Rinpoche. It's called Guru Padma Sambhava because he didn't have a body. He was seen playing in the lotus. So the king took him, and then all those things happened. Yes, Veena? Veena, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Okay. I heard that as soon as we die here, we will be reborn in some realm, like wherever, according to our karma or what we see, like that way I heard, I felt like.
No, it's not like that. Once you come out, there is a Gandhabba, and that will get established in the Paraloka. I've already told you 100 times that there is Paraloka. If somebody doesn't agree with Paraloka, it is one of the Ichaditti. Okay. It's not an instantaneously you are taken into another realm. It's just now we spoke. So there are only two cases where you have to wait. One is an animal, one is a human. Otherwise, everywhere else it is upapattika, which means instantaneous. Yep. Wait, let me finish of Veena. So don't get confused on this. If you are getting into an animal existence or a human existence, you have to wait. There's a waiting period. And that waiting period is paraloka. Okay. Now, in the other cases, there is no waiting period. That is called opapattika, instantaneous. Depending upon the kamma and the kamma vipaka, the person will get instantaneous birth or a womb birth. In a womb birth, there's a wait period. Did that answer your question, Veena?
Thus only we do the 13 days rituals, or after 11 days rituals we do for that purpose only.
That you leave about the ritual. Ritual you can do or you might not do is got nothing to do with it. Different tradition, different religion have different kind of ritual. I'm not talking about ritual at all. I'm talking what actually happens, irrespective of the rituals. We are doing ritual just to keep ourselves happy that we have done everything. Like in the Tibetan tradition, they do the ritual just to make themselves that their dead ones have got a good birth. And nobody can promise it. No Lama can promise, yeah, I'm seeing that your son or daughter or father or mother or whoever has ended up there, except for the Buddha. So we don't know. So just like in the Hindu tradition, they have 13 days ritual, of rather 15-day ritual. In the Tibetan, they have 49 days ritual. Padmavati, you are presenting something. You started presenting the screen. Okay. Yes, Ariu, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Veena, go ahead.
Once again, you explain in Kannada class, sir.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
clarify. Okay, fine.
There won't be any Kannada class. After this class, you call me, I will tell you better.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I guess what is being discussed, because there's power loka and there's bardo and all this. That means, other than what the process you were describing, this you picking a frame, that what these people experience in this period is also important, especially the first 7 days or so, where there's more consciousness, right? Let's say this person was going around and someone's disrespecting the body, and they're like spitting on the body, let's say. So immediately, whatever movie was played, now anger has come because he see the body is being, so that triggers anger in him and take a worse existence than he would otherwise take. And that is always there.
Something like that. So what they do is they clean up the body and then they keep it ready. The Lama will come and he will recite. He will keep on telling the bardo, that is intermediate life. And then he keeps on saying that you're here now open this door, and then you go here, then you get this, then you do this, and you do, and it's a completely visual. It's a very nice thing about the Tibetan thing is that Guru Padma Sambhava has put it perfectly in line with how it should be seen, both the Niraya to the above and from the above to the top. Okay. So he has given a very nice thing. So Atisha improvised on that, and it's a very nice one. Atisha, then this one, Vasubandhu, then Chandrakirti, all of that. They have done extensively good job on this. Yes.
I guess, which means if you read the Tibetan book of that, like all that, it has more truth to what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is. It is. It is indeed. It's indeed. Yes. I think I will share you a video which was done by someone. I think they have taken Angelina Jolie and somebody. It's an English movie, but on this. So I will try to search that movie and send it to you. It talks about Tibetan death. And then there is a Tibetan burial system. That's a even more better thing. They cut the body. The son has to cut the body of the father. The father has to cut the body of the son or the wife or whatever, and hand it over to the vulture. And they have to keep on seeing the vultures eating away the body. Search for that on YouTube or on internet. You'll find that also I can share with all of you.
Why is that a good thing? Just real quick. I mean, we were ending.
Why it is done is because you have to lose attachment to everything else. Yes, Veena.
In Parsis, it will be done like cutting the body and throwing
Parsis
it.
don't do that. Parsis keep the body in front and wait for the vultures to come and eat. They don't cut. In the on the airport road, you'll find Parsi Tower of Silence. Earlier, I used to work next to that place. I worked in that place for 10 years. I exactly know how it works. They don't cut the body, they keep the body, and the vultures will come and eat.
Okay, sir.
I just felt like.
Yeah, Veena, go ahead. Okay.
Finished.
Yeah, it just felt like the process you described, the son cutting the father and all that. Other than losing attachment, the father may also get angry. Why is the son cutting my body? And all
No,
that?
because the lama would help in that. They will not do it alone. It's done with lama. The main thing is the lama. Yes. Good to be a Tibetan at least once in my life. Yeah, Bobby, you had something to say? Okay. Ashwin, did I answer your question? I don't know. There are so much of distractions. I don't know whether it got answered or not.
Not difficult to understand. Anyway, I will catch you afterwards. Maybe no.
Yeah, anyway, tomorrow you're here, so we can talk. Okay, so shall we end? Wow, it's already 10:03 here.
You got a call 2 times.
Yeah, again, I'm going to
I
be.
think, just me. Let me tell that it is. I think it is blessed to live, born in a community where they understand in a collective way this Dhamma, so that all these rituals can help you to get out of the attachment. So now that possibility is not there, but at least we will practice our own way. But if the community itself understands that we live in a community like that, then all these rituals it supports to gain wisdom and lose the attachment will be very helpful.
Exactly. True.
I think that is the reason Buddha said Padiruba Desa Vasocha, right? To be born in
Patirupa desa vasocha pubbecha kata punyata appa kamma samidicha etam mangalamut panidicha.
the Padiruba means born in a suitable place or something. That's all.
Suitable place. Pati rupa, whatever rupa you wanted, pati rupa, the rupa what you wanted, if you get that. Desa vasocha, desa means the country or the town, city. Vasa means to stay. Pubbecha kata punyata. Earlier, whatever you had, the punya,
Merits of the past good deeds.
merit of the past good deeds.
Is the Bodhisattva born in America or somewhere any times in the past life? No. Only India he is mentioned or something.
Jambudipa.
Nobody
Jambudvipa.
only. Never any of the life.
And the next Buddha also will be in Jambudipa.
No, Buddha is okay, but Bodhisattva I'm asking.
Bodhisattva also is same. One day we will talk about why Jambudipa.
That's a good question.
But Jambudvipa will be like like kind of something like anything. It will be destroyed and born again. Like formed like same
You
place.
should
something
have
like
Mount Meru.
that.
Mount Meru.
Is
That
the
what
Kailash is the Mount Meru or no?
it is said to be, but it's not like that. There's a virtual one than the physical one.
Yeah, some sutta you cannot see it by that.
And just top of that, I think this four great kings or something, right?
Yes, on top of that. Yes.
Yeah. And then is it all flat or is it? That's what somewhere I read is flat.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Otherwise, it gets into a different tone of it.
This Kailasha Parvat, what is the miss something? There is a suspense always. Nobody climb and other things.
No, the four things you can't do on Mount Kailash. Number one, climbing it, because when you start climbing on top of the Mount Kailash, as soon as he starts climbing it, he will disappear from that place. Number two, he will get disease which he wouldn't even know what the disease is. And there are people who have come back and they have died instantaneously. They don't even know how it happened. Number three, Saptarshi Guha, a 7-stage cave. Beautiful place to go. But if you are not the right person to go there, you will never come out alive. So when they do that Kora, means going around, they don't allow to Saptarshi cave or Saptarshi cave. The third thing, very mysterious. And the fourth, Why there is radioactive energy in that place, nobody knows. That place is completely radioactive. You will age so fast. And the other things is that 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock in Manasarovar, you'll see lights coming and going. So some people say it is extraterrestrial. Some people say it is Deva who are coming. We don't know what it is. Second thing about Manasarovar, you drink that water, you're gone for good. Good means that you will die very soon. A second thing. Third important thing. If you visit once Manasarovar, you'll feel like going again and again and again, and you have no idea why you're going there. And the fourth one, Buddhists call it as the statue of the Buddha being there, and Hindus call it as Shiva sitting there, and Jains have Tirthankara sitting there. So each religion has their own version of it. But whatever the truth is, that if you sit and meditate there, it's the best ever meditation you can ever have. I was about to go in 2015, but then got cancelled. So from 2015, I'm desperate to go to Kailash and Manasarovar, which is not happening, so I left it.
Can you share something about this Manosharana afterwards?
Which one?
This word I didn't know. This Kailash, I know. But
Manasarovar. Manasarovar. It's a lake.
Manosharana.
It's nearby lake, I think.
It's a lake, a huge lake.
There is two lakes.
Manasa is mind, right?
Yeah, Manasa is mind, yes.
Sarovar is
lake.
water.
Lake, yeah,
Lake.
water.
Lake.
So it has two meanings to it. One, which is there in your mind self, and the Kailash is top. And Manasa Sarovar is here. Whole thing is Sarovar. Anyway, one day we will take about this mysterious mountain and the Tibetan way of things.
Tibetan, somebody said, I think Goenkaji or somebody, they did more research in death. So if you want to learn about death, the Tibetan is the best.
I didn't say Goenka said that, even Ubakin says that. So the thing is that Tibetan tradition looks at how to get a good rebirth. So only tradition which teaches you how to get the rebirth of your choice. Okay? So for all of those who would like to be born in the Deva realm or human realm, better to follow Tibetan. Yes.
I'm reading some like the Chinese website on this Manasa Sarovar.
Yeah.
Manasa Sarovar. Yeah, it says you should drink the water, put it on the body, and it'll, purify you a lot and all that.
Yeah, I know that. So people drink and then they get mysterious diseases out of that and have no idea what they really mean.
Is this place in India now or Tibet?
Tibet. It's been in Tibet from the beginning.
For Aryo, it might be easy to go, no? No, he's US citizen.
Oh yeah, no, I probably.
No, I had got two visas. I had the Chinese visa. I had also got the Tibetan permit. So I had both of them. So I was supposed to leave from Bangalore to Shanghai to Lhasa by train, and then from Lhasa to Shigatse to Shegar to Mount Kailash and Manasarovar, then go back to Lhasa to Kathmandu to Bangalore. Anyway, that couldn't happen. So the total expenses, anyway, my customers were paying for it. So I didn't have to pay a single dollar or a rupee for that. So it was a free ride for me, basically. And I got a job in Abu Dhabi. My friend wanted me in Abu Dhabi, so I had to look at my friend's face versus going to this Tibet. I thought, let me help my friend rather than Tibet, which I can go anytime. But it's never happened after that. So this time I was thinking I'll do with the Ariu because he was coming to China, and then I could set my feet on soil of China. Somehow it didn't happen. So if
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think as a US citizen, it'll be tricky to go to Tibet or something.
No,
Yeah.
you will get a permit. So we can get even I need to get a permit. You also need to get a permit, and they'll give you the permit. So what we need to do is we have to go through the established agencies in China. So they will organize. So you can't go on your own. That's not allowed for an Indian or American or whatever it is. You have to go in groups, and they will take you around and all.
Seems a lot of trouble. Maybe better to practice the fourth jhana and all that than to go and
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. Nonsense. But we can still go to see the nonsense.
yeah, I mean fourth jhana you can leave the body and
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, Veena, you have again raised your hand. Yeah, go ahead.
This Dhamma talk, if you go on listening, it will never end only. We feel like listening and practicing. Only for basic needs, we feel like getting up. That's it.
Yeah, that is how it is. Okay. So it's been continuous for me from 5 a.m. So let me take a break. Okay. So again, we are going to meet Bobby, 8 o'clock, your time, 3:30.
Well, as if you want to take rest, that's fine also.
Okay. I'll take rest
And,
and then I'll meet 8 o'clock, the Hindi group.
Okay. And also, like, morning you had this 5 o'clock thing. It was, so I think 5 o'clock, if you are doing those type of things, you can please message me also, because sometimes I might be, free that time. Because
We are going to meet every Uposatta day. So after this,
Yeah,
another 2
because
weeks.
I think that will be good for me, because my time is okay, because I'll be already what time? So 5 o'clock means already 9:30 here.
9:30.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if I
sure.
know, so every but the Upaswata days changes, right?
Whichever day the Uposatta comes, the dates are indicated. So one was on 17th of October. Now we are meeting on 1st of November. That means it will be on 16th of November.
Yeah. What happens is that I think whatever Upaswata in India might be different in Australia. The people confuse, always changes, So maybe it is the next day or that day, but I think if you have a calendar or something where you practice, yeah, so then I'll be aware of that.
15th
If you can
November is the
share.
next.
Yeah, Ashwin?
15th November is the next.
15th November. Okay.
So for Bobby, maybe 16th now. 15th
No, 15th only.
So yeah, 15th now. So you are practicing like not every week, right? Once in 2 weeks or something.
Uposatta is every fortnight.
Every
Moon.
fortnight.
Moon.
But
moon
every
days.
week also something is there. People practice. I don't know what
Ashtami.
is it.
Ashtami.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Okay.
That is like,
Very
too much.
much. Yeah. Anyway, like now we are nearly ending. So you want to take rest, but maybe sometime I would ask you this Upasata days, all the devas comes and just check everywhere. I was reading a sutta like that.
No, it is
Upasata
there.
days.
No, it is there. The four great kings come, and that is the
Yeah.
same sutta what Ashwin had posted to me, saying that Ashtami is also there and what it is. So I was telling him how it works, etc.
Yeah. So the four great kings come and they go and report to this place. People are not practicing well. So Saka is unhappy that no new devas will be coming and all these things.
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you, Vilasji. Thank you.
Okay.
Take rest.
Okay. Good day. Good night. Oh, sorry. Good evening, and then see you in the night.